how does the conditions that you have, how does that impact your day-to-day life?
So it affects my muscles, being that they waste away, so I've got no movement. It's like when I walk, it's like walking through mud. Being that my neck's very stiff, I have a lot of headaches. I want to show people with disabilities that there is ways to do it. You do it your way.
Looking forwards, Tiff, to the future, what hopes do you have, anything you want to achieve, and also what fears do you have for the future as well? Welcome to the Life and Loss podcast. I'm delighted to welcome back Tiff, who will be sharing her personal experience of living with a muscle wasting condition. And Tiff will also be talking about how she continues to defy all odds. Welcome back, Tiff.
Hi.
First of all, can you give us a bit of background about the condition that you're living with and when you found out that you had this condition?
So I've got malignant hyperthermia. That means we're allergic to anaesthetic. Also, I have a muscle wasting disease called central core disease. That's a type of muscular dystrophy, but quite a rare one. So it's not really known like all the other common ones. We found out, so actually I was born with a disability. You know, it was very apparent that I couldn't sit up. I was very floppy as a baby. I didn't walk till I was 3. My elder sister had this also. We used to walk on our tiptoes. So the malignant hyperthermia, having an allergy to anaesthetic, we sadly found out because Tracy had an operation and she died.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry.
So that's how we got to find out that. She was 13, I was 8. So she was having her tiptoes corrected, our Achilles. But yes, she went into surgery and sadly that's how we found out.
And how did that impact you as a child, losing your sister?
Yeah, it was awful. You could see the effect of my mum and dad. They never let it affect us growing up though. That was the lovely thing. But yeah, it was extremely sad. I was very close. I think because we were like mirror images of each other. It was like having a twin.
Yeah.
That was gone. Even though she was older, I used to sneak in into her bed at night when my mum and dad were asleep. I was like, oh, go and sleep with her and stuff. And yeah, it was awful. It was hard.
Yeah.
But they made it that us growing up after she had died, they never made it sad, which was good for them because it must have been dreadful for them.
Yeah. And how does the conditions that you have, how does that impact your day-to-day life?
So it's a progressive disease. So it affects my muscles, being that they waste away. They're very tight. So I've got no movement. It's like when I walk, it's like walking through mud. That's the easiest way I can explain it. My neck's very tight. I can't sort of look left or right very well. My spine's curved and my hips are impinged. So I also have 2 full metal ankle replacements. So I'm very robotic, robo girl. That was because I've got such bad arthritis. So, which I have in all my joints, bar my knees. They escape for some reason, I don't know why. Yeah, it's very hard. Obviously, my independence is taken away as I get worse because now I can only use my crutches and I do use my wheelchair for when I go on long things, you know, like if we go out for the day, then I just can't walk it. Yeah. So, yeah, but that's fine. I don't mind. I've just bought a new wheelchair and it's pimped to the max. So it's very cool. So.
And does your condition cause any pain or discomfort?
Yeah, my ankles are extremely painful. They're like walking on swords. It's it's very painful around this area. Yeah, not the muscles so much, cramps mainly, but yeah, being that my neck's very stiff, I have a lot of headaches. So that's, you know, the muscles are pulling on my head. So.
And it must be incredibly hard living with a condition like this, knowing that there's no sort of solution for it. How do you stay positive every day and how do you keep motivated to keep going?
I've always been extremely positive, always. When I was 10 years old, I had my mum and dad sat either side of me and the consultant in front of me said, your daughter will never walk past the age of 21, she'll be in a wheelchair. And I honestly can tell you, I remember thinking, I will not be. And I promise. because my mum and dad never treated me or my sister like we had disabilities. They give me the real good foundations, and that's where my positivity comes. I mean, when my mum was having her chemo, she rocked it. So I think it's, you know, I give them their due. They made me strong.
Yeah.
And it's frightening. I won't tell fibs. It's, you know, I know what's coming. It's not brilliant. But I think when I walk in the hospice, the people in there haven't got a choice. You know, some of them haven't got a choice to live. I have. So let's make it a good choice, you know. Let's be positive, do what I can, why I can. Yeah. And I try to do loads of stuff.
I hope that you're finding this episode useful. Perhaps you have a question that you'd like to ask. You can do this by commenting below. Your input shapes the conversations we have and the topics that we explore. So don't hesitate to reach out and let us know what you'd like to hear more of. And you mentioned there you've sort of defied the odds that the doctors have told you about the wheelchair. You've also achieved so many amazing things that continue to inspire people and defy all expectations. Can you tell us about some of your achievements?
Yeah, so I've for Forest Holme, after Mum and Dad died, I've set myself challenges every couple of years. So the first, this wasn't very physical, but the first one I did was I shaved all my hair off. I think you were there when I did that. Yeah. Then I abseiled the Spinnaker Tower. I couldn't use my legs. I did it on my little scrawny arms. It took 12 minutes. I dragged down my personal trainer down there. He's never forgiven me to this day. Poor guy. I loved that. I want to show people with disabilities that there is ways to do it. You do it your way. We do it different, but we still can do it. We still are people inside. And then obviously in January, I was one of the Strictly stars, which I absolutely loved.
So you took to the ballroom and you did a full routine in front of a room of 400 people.
Yeah.
And what was the training like for that? And what did you have to do to get your body ready to perform that dance?
Yep. So I did the waltz with Ollie, who was absolutely amazing because he did the whole dance around me. It was very, very clever. So when I was in hold, he made sure that I was held tight. Also, when you do the waltz, you have to do quite a stoop back. Because of my spine being curved, I naturally went into the pose. So I cheated, really. Really cheated. But yeah, it was quite hard. The 45-minute training sessions, what we would do, we'd do a little bit, I would have a rest. Do a little bit, have a rest. And probably sometimes it wasn't the 45 minutes, but to be honest, I actually got the routine pretty quick.
Amazing.
So, because I kept watching the videos, so it was all in my head, and I would only have to listen to the music, and I could visually see me and Ollie dancing it. Yeah. So I think that did help me get to do the routine quicker.
Yeah, that's incredible. And you've done so many other things to help lots of different charities in terms of volunteering and raising awareness. And so much so that you've actually got nominated to be a baton bearer for the Commonwealth Games?
Yes. So for my other charities, I do a couple of other charities for disability. Because of all my charity work, I was nominated and got to be one of the Queen's baton bearers for the Commonwealth Games, and I got to take the baton down the zip wire in Bournemouth, which was very fun. And the poor lady was saying, will you be okay going down the zip line? I've done zip lines 40 times bigger than that one, so it was quite an easy yes. So yeah, it was very fun. So I got to be interviewed on the One show, and it's just sending out a positive positivity for disabled people that, there is a lot of negativity out there. Yeah, absolutely. Sadly.
Absolutely. And looking forwards, Tiff, to the future, what hopes do you have, anything you want to achieve, and also what fears do you have for the future as well?
So hopes, I just hope that I can, by keeping strong, I can get to do some more travelling. Like to travel with my husband. We do lots of fun stuff, mainly try and keep ahead of my walking getting worse. Fears, it's very scary being in this body. I don't tell people a lot. Yeah. I keep it all to myself. You know, with the eating problem, being able to swallow, it's very frightening. You know, I've got thick blood, which I don't tell people. You know, you could have a stroke. There's lots of scary things, but I try to shift that out of the way and go in full smiles and positivity, because I think it works.
Yeah, and it seems you're positive and your outlook on life has really helped you to achieve far more than anyone would have ever expected you to do. So if you had any advice for anyone else living with a disability or with a prognosis that is unfortunately going to impact their life later on, what advice would you have for them?
You know your own body, and there's always something you can do. You know, get to go in line with other positive people, find other positive like groups and stuff. You can. I've had a personal trainer for 16 years. He's like my best mate. You know, I go in the gym with these beefcakes, and there's me comes in on my crutches. I'm never judged. He does all my exercises sat down. You know, there's always something you can do, but you just do it in a different way. You know, surround yourself with positivity. It does help. Yeah,
absolutely. Thank you so much, Tiff. You're an incredibly inspiring person to us and to many other people. So thank you very much. And thank you for listening to the Life and Loss podcast. If you'd like more information on our charity, you can visit our website, which is foresthomehospice.org.uk. Thank you. Please remember to like, comment and share this episode to help us reach more people. At Forest Holme Hospice Charity, we offer this podcast and many other resources to support people through life's most difficult times. If our work has made a difference to you, please consider making a donation by visiting the link in the description. Thank you.